Then on Saturday, July 18th, 10 lucky winners will take home their share of $10,000 in cash and prizes at Cadillac Jack's Gaming Resort. How will your night play out?
Hi, I'm Tim Wrench, and I'm seeking personal injury cases. If you've been injured because someone else did something wrong, call me up. I'm a trial lawyer. I've tried criminal and civil cases for decades, and I can use all of that experience to help you. I also know this, that when insurance companies know that you're represented by a trial lawyer, they take your claim more seriously, and if it is to be settled, it's settled better with a trial lawyer. Wrench Law, 605-341-1111, wrenchlaw.com.
Since 1928, Connect Home Center has been proud to serve Rapid City and Spearfish with quality products and customer service that you can trust. In 2000, Connect joined the Mead Lumber family, and now they're taking the next step into their journey. Connect Home Center is becoming Mead Lumber. Same people, same service, just a new name from design to finish. Mead Lumber is here for you, as they've always been. MeadLumber.com.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Here's what you need to know.
At the World Cup, England and Ghana remain scoreless in the final minute of second half stoppage time. For perspective, England is ranked 4th in the world, Ghana ranked 64th in the world. Earlier, Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2 goals in Portugal's 5-0 win over Uzbekistan. Here's how the second sounded on Fox.
Bruno Fernandes. Neto sprinting down the right. Ronaldo through the middle. It's Cristiano Ronaldo for Portugal. It's 3-0. And Ronaldo strikes again.
In the NFL, Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts has agreed to a 3-year, $54 million extension. In the NBA, the Portland Trail Blazers are hiring Minnesota Timberwolves assistant coach Micah Nori as their new head coach. Final whistle has just sounded in Foxborough. England and Ghana play to a scoreless draw. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
It's time for South Dakota's Sports Talk Show. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, great interviews, and thought-provoking sports talk. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, welcome in. Good Tuesday afternoon to you. Hope you're doing great. The Nate Brown Show is back. We are live across South Dakota. We call it South Dakota Sports Talk Show for you from high school to college to the pros. Let's get after it. It is always a great day in South Dakota. We know that. Welcome in. Tuesday show looks good. Thanks for being here. The Nate Brown Show live on Fox Sports Radio. Great affiliates. We love Fox Sports Rapid City, Western South Dakota. Let's go. We love KWSN, Fox Sports Sioux Falls, East River. We're on tonight. Ready to go. Good guest lineup. Let's take a look here in a second. Let's line it up how you can listen to the show. On Fox Sports Radio, our affiliates, we appreciate you. Tune in, be a part of the action. You got us on South Dakota Sports Talk Show, Fox Sports Radio. Go to YouTube. You can watch the show live. We don't interact there on YouTube, but you've got us on your phone. The Nate Brown Show YouTube channel. Subscribe. You've got every show, every archive show right there. The Nate Brown Show YouTube channel. You've got us. Twitter. We do check that throughout the show. You can send us messages, interact with the question of the day, all that stuff. The Nate Brown Show there. Find us on Twitter. Stream us live at Nate Brown Show. On Twitter, at Nate Brown Show. Say hi to us wherever you're listening. We appreciate you. And Midwest Sports Plus. It's the new high school sports streaming app from Forum. And we're live right now on Midwest Sports Plus. Welcome in. However you're listening, watching, we appreciate you. Let's get going tonight. Guest lineup. Here it is. Bart Winkler is on tonight. I love Bart. He's great. He's from Milwaukee. He's got an update on the big trade that went down. Giannis is out the door. What does that all mean? Plus, I want to get Bart Winkler on the Packers today. So I know there's like 4 Packer fans here. 4 Packer fans on the Nate Brown Show, so I've got you covered. Bart Winkler is coming up live from Milwaukee on the Bucks and Giannis, yes. On the Packers, what is it? Packers over-under is 10.5 wins. What do you guys think of that, Packer fans? 10.5 wins. Would you lay it down in Vegas? 10.5. Would you go over 10.5, under 10.5? We're going to get him. Bart Winkler's coming up from the Bart Winkler Show in Milwaukee. We will go to North Dakota. Dom Izzo is in tonight. Hot Mike, his show weekday mornings, and he's on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Dom Izzo, WDAY, North Dakota State play-by-play man, is on tap. Mike Golic Jr. is on tonight. Big College Sports Day. Mike Golic Jr., his reaction, college football analyst for TNT Sports, and Mike's checking in. Plus, we got to go to the basketball expert. We've got Chris Denker, former D1 college coach, now professional basketball scout. He knows hoops. Who does he think for the NBA draft tonight? Chris Denker is coming up. Net Scouts Basketball. Good stuff. We got you covered from high school to college to the pros. Let's get you on. 605-720-1067. Join the show. We'll do our best. Have a little interaction with you. We appreciate it. 605-720-1067. That's the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline, powered by the Pizza Ranch at East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, and in Brandon. Stop by. Enjoy the Pizza Ranch Buffet, best buffet in town, locally owned and operated. Take the kids. Fun Zone Arcade's outstanding. It's the place to go on the weekdays and the weekend. Pizza Ranch, East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, and in Brandon. Barron's Wilson text line open. 605-720-1067. Text the show directly tonight over the next 2 hours. We'll read those. 605-720-1067. You've got us. The Barron's Wilson text line. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the NBA draft much, but I'm just going to be a simpleton tonight. I'm going to be a simpleton. So I don't think the NBA draft is what it used to be, and I don't think very many people know the players that are coming up through the draft tonight. Is that fair? I mean, I don't know how many of you guys are experts in following the NBA draft. The NFL draft gets everybody's attention. People discuss it. You know the players. We watched them in college for the most part, and then we're so in love with our teams. There's such a rabid following of our teams that we want to see who our team drafts. The NBA doesn't have that same allure. I mean, I'm just being honest. So I'm a basketball fan, and I am curious where these guys are going to go. But it's not like something that I've marked down Tuesday, June 23rd. Oh, I got to watch the NBA draft coming up tonight. I want to see where they go, and I just have a simple opinion of the players tonight. And this might be too simple. Maybe I'm just way off, but I'm going to give my read on the NBA draft. Am I just a biased Duke fan tonight as well? So here's what I would do tonight. I think Cam Boozer is like the safest bet you're going to make tonight. So I'm just going to discuss this briefly, the NBA draft. My simple opinion, I'm just a basketball fan. And yes, I'm a Duke fan, so maybe I'm biased. You can tell me. Cam Boozer, I'm watching these guys, and I'm going, everybody's wondering, should you take Darren Peterson from Kansas? And maybe he should be number one, but A.J. DeBonce is the best player. No, he's probably the safest guy. No. Hang on. Cameron Boozer for the Duke Blue Devils, like, I just look at his background, his makeup, his dad, his competitiveness, his maturity. I mean, I'm just looking from South Dakota and saying the safest bet, if I'm running an NBA team, the safest guy, you're not going to have to worry. He's going to be a good, solid player. Why wouldn't you take Cam Boozer? I mean, I don't know. I'll ask Chris Denker coming up. He's the basketball expert. He does this for a living, scouting players and their abilities and their talent, and their upside and the whole thing. I'm just going to tell you, Cam Boozer, to me, I don't know if there's a ton of upside, so people always say potential. And what's the upside? The development, how good can he get? Cam Boozer is solid. Did you watch him at Duke this past year? I mean, the guy's just solid. He's going to get you at least 14 and 10. I mean, Cam Boozer's going to get you 14 and 10 right here, right now. And people are, I mean, he's not going to be the first off the board. He's not going to be the second. I don't know where he's going to be. Top 5, I would think. I would hope. We'll see where this plays out. Washington Wizards have the first pick, if you didn't know. So, Wizards first, Utah Jazz second, Memphis third, Chicago Bulls fourth. Okay? And so you're looking at this going, okay, who are these teams going to take? And I'm here to tell you, everybody's debating, why Darren Peterson from Kansas looks like the best player. And I'm just looking from a South Dakota sports perspective. I watch college basketball. I wouldn't even touch that guy. I wouldn't touch that guy. You're going to say, oh, you're ridiculous. You're biased. You can't see the forest from the trees. Darren Peterson, you look at his talent and his ability. I just want a guy that I know is going to be solid. I know is going to get me 14 and 10. I don't know if Darren's going to show up ready to go, if he's going to bail. I don't know the mindset. He was wacky at Kansas. I mean, the guy was wacky. I couldn't tell you what was going on with him playing, not playing. I don't know. Does he feel good? Does he not feel good? I can't have that NBA. You're spending millions of dollars here. These are huge. These are big boy deals tonight. These are big boy deals. And I think everybody makes it so hard. You know what people don't focus on enough? The intangibles. I said this years ago with my Broncos not taking Josh Allen. Too risky. His accuracy. Oh, I don't know, Josh Allen. Interceptions. He played at Wyoming. I knew Josh Allen was going to be a leader, a character guy. I mean, he was going to be a glue guy, a franchise guy. I knew it. I said it many years ago. They whiffed. And now look where Josh Allen is in the Buffalo Bills. It all came true because the intangibles are not measured. The will, the want, the character. How good are these guys going to be when they're millionaires over, 10 times over? That's what's going to happen tonight. You're trying to look for these basketball players that, A.J. DeBonsa, did you see him at BYU? I mean, the guy's off the chart. That's fine. I think DeBonsa's okay. I think he's pretty good. Darren Peterson, I don't know if he's here, there, anywhere. Where's he going to be? Is he going to be competitive? Is he going to be wanting to be the guy when he makes a ton of money? I mean, I don't know if he wanted to be the guy at Kansas. He was getting paid whatever he was there, and he was still like, I think I'm going to play tonight. And then the next game, I don't know. I can't have that. So that's my soapbox tonight. Just for the NBA draft, briefly. The safest player by far. You can say, can he handle the ball good enough? Can he shoot threes good enough? He's going to give it 14 and 10 right here tomorrow. Cam Boozer, Duke. Where does he go tonight? I've got my eye on it. That's the most interested player I'll be looking at. And I do want to see who's going to take the risk of not knowing if he's going to be there ready to go or not. Of Darren Peterson, the biggest upside. He's got the most upside. I love that. If I had a nickel for he's got upside, I've heard it in the NFL, I've heard it in the NBA, and then these guys go nowhere. They have great upside. So did Jamarcus Russell. He had a lot of upside. Didn't work out. So you got to keep an eye on it. Cameron Boozer is the Josh Allen of this draft for the NBA. Quality, work, composure, character, intangibles. I mean, he wants to be the guy. I can tell it. I watched it. And NBA teams are going to miss. Where's he going to go tonight? We shall see. Maybe he'll end up with the Bulls at number 4. We'll see. Is it going to be DeBonsa number 1? I think so. Is it going to be DeBonsa from BYU to the Wizards? Is it going to be Darren Peterson to the Jazz? If the Jazz go Darren Peterson from Kansas, just mark my words today. Will you say, for once, June 23rd, the Nate Brown Show got it. Darren Peterson was a mess. And the Jazz are going to mess that up tonight. I'll come back as well, however long I'm doing this. If Darren Peterson's the Rookie of the Year next year, he's the big surprise. I'll come back 1 year from now. We'll be here, right? And I'll say, boy, I missed that. I don't know what happened, but I missed it. Cameron Boozer's the play. Darren Peterson and DeBonsa getting all the talk. Boozer will go in with whoever tonight. He'll get drafted by whoever. He'll be the guy that contributes in a big way. Okay, speaking of the draft, let me get to this big story. Let's go to the NFL and the surprise story of the day. And you guys, everybody's surprised by this. Don't let anybody tell you that the Ian Rappaports and the Adam Schefters and whoever else, oh, well, the NFL, yeah, they might have, they could have done this all along. Everybody's surprised that this Brendan Sorsby deal, he's getting denied by the NFL now. So if you follow this, Sorsby sues, wants to play college football at Texas Tech. He's the betting guy. Thousands of bets. He admitted on it, on his own team. And so he sues. He gets an injunction. He's going to play for Texas Tech. And then not so fast. The Big 12 shuts him down. They bring their own lawyers. So then he says, forget it. I'll just go NFL supplemental draft. Not that many of you and myself thought the supplemental draft was like a big thing until this year. Is this the most anybody's talked about the supplemental draft? I do believe so. However, we never thought the NFL would shut down the supplemental draft today. I mean, so if you're not following this, that's what happened today. The NFL shut down the supplemental draft today. And they sent a letter to Sorsby kind of explaining their reasoning. They didn't come out and say, we shut it down because of you. They can't quite do that. His attorney says, this is against the rules. Sorsby's attorney's out today. This is against the rules. You can't do this. This is against the CBA. However, the collective bargaining agreement says the NFL can decide if they want to do a supplemental draft each summer or not. So the CBA allows the NFL just to make that call, and the NFL has decided to shut it down. And so what does that mean? Sorsby's ineligible at Texas Tech. He's not going to be in the NFL supplemental draft. And now are we going to have more litigation? Are we going to get this fight back with Sorsby at Texas Tech? Is this going to go Groundhog Day? I mean, I'm surprised by it. The NFL has informed teams it will not hold a supplemental draft, meaning Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech QB, will not be eligible to play in the NFL in 2026. So now he's back to square one. Do you believe do you think he's going to get his lawyer back on this? I mean, I'm surprised by everything in this development. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Is he going to bring the lawyers back into play and try and get back on Texas Tech? I never thought about that until I started the show today. I'm like, wait, I guess Sorsby's out of luck. This is it. I'm surprised the NFL shut this down. And then I thought, hold it. Can he bring this whole thing back? And now the NCAA is going to have to do the appeal, and we're going to have to do the thing again? What do you think? Do you think the NFL shut this down because of Brendan Sorsby? They're not going to quite say it. They said, he didn't take accountability. He didn't provide enough reasons why he wanted to be in the supplemental draft. So they use the legal stuff like, you got to give us more reasons for this. So the NFL got away with, we didn't really see a reason for us to do this. So they shut down the whole supplemental draft. Do you believe that was a conspiracy theory? Well, the NFL just did it to shut out Sorsby and teach him a lesson. Is that what you believe? That is my question of the day tonight on the Nate Brown Show as we start here on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. That's my question of the day. Did the NFL shut down the supplemental draft this year just to shut out Brendan Sorsby because of his sports betting problem? That's my question of the day. You answer it for me if you would on the text line. We'll go to our break and ask Mike Golic Jr. on the backside. What do you think? Do you believe the NFL actually canceled the entire supplemental draft just to shut out Brendan Sorsby? Question of the day. Big story nationally, 605-720-1067. Hit us on the text line if you would. Let's go to the Twitter poll. 76% of you are joining the conspiracy. Is it even a conspiracy? Sounds like, kind of looks like they did. Hey, we're going to have a supplemental draft. Not really. Sorry. It's the old word. We use it in the office a lot. Sorry. 76% say the NFL shut it down just to shut out Sorsby. 76% of you. 24% say no, it's not just because of Sorsby. Well, why'd they shut it down? Listener text regarding Sorsby. Listener text just came in. The consequences of our actions. Oh, no. Now he has consequences, huh? Consequences of our actions. So the NFL shuts it down. Sorsby's out of luck. Now what's next? You think Sorsby tries to go back to Texas Tech, honestly? He's not going to do that, right? Sure. By the way, a shout out to Mick Judgerson tonight. You know what we're adding to the Nate Brown Show studio? He brought it in. Minnesota Wild jersey. Minnesota Wild jersey. It's a good one. I like it. We're going to add it. We got the Wall. We got Twins. We got a Christian Ponder jersey. Now we got the Minnesota Wild jersey, our first hockey jersey added to the Nate Brown Show studio. I appreciate you. Coming right back, Mike Golic Jr. getting us started on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. His reaction to Brendan Sorsby. Out of luck now. NFL says no draft. College says no eligibility. And now Sorsby's on an island. Mike Golic Jr., was this the right call for the NFL to do this and not even give him the opportunity? Mike's coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, we help all kinds of people get into all kinds of vehicles with loans as unique as them. Trucks, cars, SUVs, we finance them all with local service and rates starting as low as 4.99% APR. That's right, 4.99%. Keep your loan local and find the one that fits you at bhfcu.com. Apply today online or text 605-718-1818 to get started. Offer subject to credit approval. BHFCU is member owned and insured by NCUA.
Save big money on your big project at Menards. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post-frame buildings. They go up fast and are a durable, low-maintenance solution for extra storage, more workspace, and to protect your equipment. Get a free estimate on the building of your dreams with our Design and Buy program in-store or on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
The best certified pre-owned values are at Danny Menno Toyota. Shop over 25 Toyota certified used vehicles in stock, inspected and backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. And we have low finance rates available on select certified Toyotas. Looking to sell? We pay top dollar for used vehicles. Get an appraisal in 20 minutes or less, or use your online KBB Instant Cash Offer tool. See us at Danny Menno Toyota or DannyMennoToyota.com today. See dealer for warranty details.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun this afternoon with daytime highs approaching 73. Northerly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear tonight, lows level off around 51. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms, daytime highs approaching 72. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Right now, it's 64 degrees.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson, McPherson Auction Company. On today's online-only auction, we are selling construction equipment, scaffolding, vehicles, trailers, miscellaneous lumber, items located at Rapid City, South Dakota. Here's a Cat 420E backhoe with a cab, a 2021 Dodge 3500 diesel dually crew cab 4x4 with a steel flatbed, assorted skid steer attachments, miscellaneous lumber, and more. Auction begins to close at 6 o'clock this evening. For more auction details and to bid and buy, go to McPhersonAuction.com.
Trav's Outfitter might be the newest place on the block, but when it comes to ladies and kids' Western boots, our crew knows them like no one else. We're talking real experts helping you find the right fit and the right style. And when it comes to Western boots for kids and ladies, we dare you to compare. More styles, more sizes, one of the largest selections anywhere. Come see the people who know boots best. The old Kmart building, Trav's Outfitter, best selection, best service, no BS.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker, Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. With today's home values, right now could be a great time to sell your home. The Black Hills housing market is competitive, and I would love to help you get top dollar for your home. I have been selling real estate and attracting buyers in Rapid City for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. You're thinking of selling your current home? Let me put my expertise to work for you. Just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker. List it, sell it, and move on. With me, David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk.
All right, welcome in. Just getting going on a Tuesday on South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Glad you're here. Thanks for making the show possible. The Nate Brown Show live, Fox Sports Radio, KWSN Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Bart Winkler's coming up tonight from Milwaukee. Good insight with Bart Winkler. Huge trade in the NBA. Giannis is out. What's the reaction in Milwaukee? Bart Winkler on tap. Plus Packers, his team, the Packers. They're over-under for the season's 10.5. Which way we going there for Green Bay? Dom Izzo is coming up from Fargo, North Dakota. WDAY. Dom's on the way. Getting us going, Mike Golic Jr., college football analyst. GNT Sports has a nice podcast out there. I mean, follow him on X if you're not. He's on Twitter at Mike Golic Jr. He's here on the Nate Brown Show. Mike, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing well. I appreciate the time. Big news out of college football. So Brendan Sorsby didn't get the injunction. Well, he got the injunction. Then he decided to bag it because the Big 12 was kind of coming hot and heavy with him and saying, no, we're not going to let this happen. And he says, I'll just do NFL supplemental draft. I was surprised to see this today. I didn't hear anybody talking about the NFL was just going to cancel the supplemental draft. What's your first reaction?
You know, I'm with you. We all hadn't really given this as much credence, but then again, now we didn't know the specifics of how exactly it was handled on Sorsby's part. And you see the letter, which I wouldn't call it searing, but there was definitely a level of snark that I saw a number of attorneys online saying is the envy of everyone in the legal field, would love to send a letter with the kind of tone the NFL did that basically said, hey, you didn't really give your best effort on trying to make us believe that you're sorry and that we should give you a chance with this. And the NFL, it's not like college where right now the establishments in college, the conferences, the NCAA, live in fear of the players, the lawyers, these injunctions, the different courtships across the United States. The NFL's like, hey, no, you need to show us that we should even give you a chance at this. And it's a reminder, a collectively bargained league that has existed at the top of the sports ecosystem in the United States for as long as the NFL has, doesn't have to play games about this stuff. And so if you don't show them contrition, if you don't show them that you are serious about making them feel that you are dying to be a part of their league and that you're doing everything in your power to bend over backwards, they can point to the same line in the sand that they've drawn for years now that we've thought existed in college football and had to sort of be reinforced by public bullying by everyone that, hey, if you're associated with gambling, our inclination is to cast you aside because we're not going to mess with the money at the center of this product. And we've got a collectively bargained system that allows us to make that decision without having to worry about backlash from players no matter what Sorsby's lawyer says.
Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I'm just in South Dakota. I just do a daily sports show. If I was surprised, I'm like, well, I didn't think this would happen. Do you think Sorsby and his team was caught off guard on this?
Oh, I'm sure to an extent, yes. And again, I think this is, part and parcel of college athletes right now are used to the wins coming in their way. Like, remember, this wasn't the first legal issue that Brendan Sorsby had been dealing with. Cincinnati had still been suing to try and get damages from what they believed was a broken contract when he left from Cincinnati to go to Texas Tech. But players across college athletics right now are enjoying a cushy position where the courts are working in their favor, public opinion's on their side as all this has changed for the most part. And so, yeah, that wake-up call maybe of, oh, okay, no, this league has a very rigid, codified way of doing things. And, say what you want. The NFL's inconsistent morality when it comes to things that we've seen off the field for players plenty of times does not extend to gambling. And so this is an easy, hard line that they've always drawn. And so you're right. I think we all had kind of gotten caught up in this process. We figured, hey, a position like quarterback where we hadn't had a great draft of them, the offseason had kind of a, dearth of them, and you get one that's talented but still waiting to tap into some of the upside maybe, surely that would be catnip. And the NFL saying, yeah, we're good. We don't have to do that, especially if you're someone that has not shown us behind the scenes or otherwise hasn't communicated the way that we want and made clear you're not going to do the one thing that we tell you can't do, well, then we're not going to play the game.
Is there any argument to be made that the 32 teams should have decided, not the NFL? Let's see if a team takes this chance. Is there any argument there?
No, because again, this isn't college. Like, the 32 teams have organized the structure of power the way they have because it works remarkably well for them, because it makes them all a lot of money. And so I'm sure there might have been teams that wanted to take a chance on it out there, but ultimately, again, this is why collective bargaining, having a league office and a commissioner can be good, because all those protect the shield moments where you kind of need someone else to come in and be the adult in the room, well, that happens in this league. And so, it's unfortunate. We could feel empathy for Brendan Sorsby, given everything we know about the situation, and still understand why the NFL can say, hey, no, we have a way of doing things that has made us as popular and successful as we've been, and we're certainly not going to compromise it for someone that has not yet even been a part of this league and shown us in any way that they belong there.
Mike Golic Jr. on tonight, college football analyst, TNT Sports. Is there any way he tries the college litigation thing again, or is this done for 2026?
I would be shocked by nothing in this situation, but you want to talk about people being caught off guard. I think you go all the way back to the injunction, Texas Tech and Sorsby ultimately deciding to walk away from that, and depending on what you read, that decision could have been made by one or the other side. I do think everyone was caught off guard by the backlash that they got from college football at large, certainly fans and media, but definitely people inside their own conference in the Big 12. And so I'd have to imagine Brendan Sorsby is not going to be playing football this fall for anyone. And then the question becomes, is he a guy that just waits around and tries to enter the NFL draft in 2027? Is he someone who could benefit from going to a league like the UFL, where I saw owners in that league already publicly shooting their shots for him, to go and put some extra film on tape where he can look dominant and show them continually that off the field he's learned from the mistakes that he's made and he's sought help for the addiction that he's pointed to throughout this process. But no, I don't think at this point we're going to see him in the fall. And I think it's interesting going forward. I saw someone bring up the point, and I think it is interesting. Would Brendan Sorsby have been better served by going immediately to contrition, talking about how sorry he is and how much he's learned, and immediately making the decision for the NFL? Because remember, they're pointing to the timeline and saying, hey, we're not just going to let you come to us as an afterthought. You did not deliver nearly enough of the proof that we need of what's going on, the facts of the situation, why you should be allowed in this league. They made it sound like in their letter that this had been done somewhat haphazardly. And if that's true, then I think it kind of shows you he's caught between a rock and a hard place. And, God forbid there's someone else that finds himself in this situation. I'm sure it's going to give people pause about trying to throw their muscle around on this particular issue.
Mike Golic Jr. is on tonight. The NFL cancels the supplemental draft. My question of the day is, did they shut it down just to shut out Sorsby? It sure seems that way, right, Mike?
Oh, that's 100% why they did it. I mean, we don't have to wonder about that. They made it very clear. Again, I encourage people, if you haven't read the NFL's letter to Brendan Sorsby that's been put out by a number of insiders, go ahead and take the time. This is 100% them saying, it's on you. We haven't held a supplemental draft in years. It is on you, the player, to give us every reason why we should do this, why we should deviate from the norm of a schedule that makes us billions of dollars, has us the 100 top TV shows every year, yada, yada, yada. And if you're not going to do that, we're not going to deviate from the norm for you. You're not special to us yet as a player coming from college. And it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of that league. And it's why I was so interested. People brought up, and his lawyer brought up, he's going to work with the NFLPA to push back that this is in violation of what they've collectively bargained. I'll be very curious if the NFLPA is inclined to stick their neck out for someone who's not yet a member, someone who has broken the cardinal rule of sports at any level in betting on your team, and someone who, again, you want to talk about precedents. The NFLPA is always trying to guard against that for their player base, but it's also always doing math. You want to, as the PA, attack issues that are going to affect the vast majority of your players, not a select few. It's why they won't get rid of things like the franchise tag, because it affects a handful of guys every year as opposed to the vast majority of guys that are part of the Players Association. This kind of feels the same to me, where I don't know how inclined they are going to be to stick their neck out for him at this point.
Okay, I want your thought on the Senate bill, College Sports Protect College Sports Act. Looks like it's going to go to the Senate floor. Ted Cruz said John Thune told him they're going to do a vote on this. I don't know what the vote's going to be like, but here's one of the highlights. They're trying to limit the NIL to the revenue-sharing amount. So every university program would be limited to NIL at about $21 million for this upcoming year. Is that the right play, limiting NIL for every program at $21 million, the revenue share cap?
I think in a vacuum, right, having an enforceable salary cap is something that makes a lot of sense. And so, yes, that's something that I could agree with in a vacuum. The problem is it's attached to the rest of a bill that, while it doesn't explicitly, and this is one of the big points of contention that Democrats have waved who've been a part of this bill, that it doesn't, in writing stop them from unionizing later on. There are a bunch of mechanisms in there that are going to make it awfully difficult, and a lot of things that they're going to do to hand power back to the same people who misused it and showed they weren't up to the task before. And so that's my big concern is, yes, in theory, in a vacuum, that is an idea that is defensible and one that would probably help the sport function a lot better. Unfortunately, this is once again a bill that, as someone that, I'm on with you all the time, I wear it on my sleeve, and I'm incredibly pro-player. This is a bill that does not, to me, seem good for the players who have had to fight so long for a voice, are still in the middle of that fight, and through this bill would be handing back over a lot of that power without gaining a voice in return in a way that I think is justifiable that goes along with it.
Okay, so in theory, it's okay to limit Ohio State to Northwestern's budget, but it's not realistic.
Yeah, I mean, again, in theory, like we've seen in the NFL, having a salary cap, while it's something that, again, as someone incredibly pro-player, I don't really like salary caps. I think guys should be able to make what you want to pay them, but I understand in this world in college athletics right now why a salary cap could be seen as something good and justifiable. Again, I always point to, and I know it's beaten dead horse, and I know it's the same argument that everyone makes, but, I haven't seen the part of the bill where they want to limit coaching salaries to make sure that these guys are all paid the same way. I have a feeling Ryan Day and Kirby Smart and Marcus Freeman and all these great coaches are going to still make a ton of money throughout this process, no matter what happens with the rest of this. And, I understand that doesn't feed into how you build the roster, but if we're complaining about schools having to spend so much, they're worried about other sports. Coaches have been making those tens of millions of dollars that have turned into tens and hundreds of millions of dollars of buyout money every offseason, and we don't seem to still want to address that for reasons that seem painfully obvious to all of us.
Mike Golic Jr. popping in, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. He's with TNT Sports, college football analyst, and check him out on X at Mike Golic Jr. I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Nate. Have a good one.
Appreciate your time. Mike Golic Jr. on the Nate Brown Show tonight. College football analyst for TNT Sports. As a podcast, good stuff. Talking sports on X at Mike Golic Jr. All right. Yeah, it's interesting time. Interesting time in college sports. Brendan Sorsby's in trouble. Boy, this has been a saga. This has been a spring-summer saga. Trying to play after gambling on his own team and admitting to all the bets, thousands of bets. Texas Tech backing him up. We're going to play. We're going to do this. Everybody goes crazy, including myself. Well, this is the last stand for the NCAA. The Big 12 has to step in and basically say, we got a big problem here. We're not going to let it happen. So then he bags it. He thinks, I'm good to go. Supplemental draft, NFL, I'm just good to go. And then they shut it down today. The NFL cancels any idea of doing a supplemental draft. Brendan Sorsby's the one guy that wants to get in it. It's done. What a deal. What a deal. Let's see. Listener text, one more point on Brendan Sorsby. I wasn't aware that you couldn't be an undrafted free agent just like it's signed somewhere. The CBA says that you have to go through a draft process. Browns and Dolphins that are constantly shooting themselves in the foot wouldn't be able to sign him legally. Yeah, no, I mean, I think this party's over. Brendan Sorsby, what a saga, man. It's wild. And I don't know all the back room, all the dealings, all the stuff. I don't know what he's really said. He hasn't said much. I mean, he's been pretty low-key trying to just have his lawyers and stuff do all of his stuff. And now he's done. Do you think the NFL should have just done the draft and let the teams decide? That's also a question I have today. I mean, the NFL's in charge. So Roger Goodell and the owners, I mean, they give Roger Goodell the call on that. And so no NFL supplemental draft now, and they say we're not going to let Brendan Sorsby in the league. Should they have just done the supplemental draft, allowed the teams to decide, yeah, we want to take Brendan Sorsby. It's our risk and reward, and this is what we're going to do. Because people say, well, the morality police of the NFL, boy, they're the morality police. They let some guys in and they don't let him in. It's an interesting conversation to have. So I will ask you that. Should they have just let the teams decide, the Dolphins, the whoever, if they wanted to pick him, hold the supplemental draft, and pick him? But the NFL is going to say, when it comes to sports betting, and he was in the middle of that, no way, no dice. It's over. And that's what they decided today. All right. Speaking of the draft, let's go to the NBA. I want to see if I'm right on this. Chris Denker's a basketball expert. He's a scout himself. Okay, Net Scouts Basketball is his company. He's looked at a lot of players. I think the safest play tonight for the NBA, I would draft Cam Boozer out of Duke right away. Right away. He's not going to be the first pick, probably not the second. Who does Chris Denker think is going to be the best rookie? NBA draft coming up. Chris Denker's next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one. So you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside. You don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on, and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show live on Fox Sports Radio. KWSN Sioux Falls, welcome in. Fox Sports Rapid City, glad you're here. Appreciate you. Tuesday edition, great guest so far. Mike Golic Jr. got us started, college football analyst, TNT Sports. Mike Golic Jr. on the Brendan Sorsby deal. No supplemental draft for the NFL. They canceled it. Brendan Sorsby in the saga of betting on his own team, thousands of bets on sports, and then getting shut down. Texas Tech was going to let him play. The Big 12 said, I don't think so. Then he bagged it and said, I'll just go to the NFL through the supplemental draft here in the summer. The NFL canceled that today. So Brendan Sorsby's out. Mike Golic Jr. reaction. I asked you, do you think the NFL should have just done the draft and let the teams decide? Let the teams decide if they want to take Brendan Sorsby or not. But listener text coming in. The NFL's always trying to protect the shield. I wasn't surprised. Goodell came down on the side of no supplemental draft. Yeah, no supplemental draft. Very interesting. But we do have a NBA draft tonight. So I wanted Chris Denker in tonight. Talks hoops, knows players. Net Scouts Basketball, his company. And he's here before the NBA draft tonight. Chris, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Appreciate the time. So I started my show with a quick segment on the draft, and I don't know if I'm biased because I'm a Duke fan, but I watched Cam Boozer and I watched Duke, and here's what I think about this decision tonight. I know teams need certain things, but I think Cam Boozer gets me, 14 and 10 like every game. I think he gets me 14 and 10 every game. Is that, and I think he's reliable. I think he's going to be competitive, work hard, have leadership. I think he's just got a good makeup. I want Boozer, and I'm not sure what I'm going to get, especially from Darren Peterson. So why not Boozer at 1 or 2? It seems like he's going to go like third.
That's the thing that's really intriguing about really all drafts is, we see all these things that all the experts talk about, the experts being the people on the internet, the people on TV, but that's not the teams. And I think that there's always, now, may or may not be with the first or second pick, it may or may not involve Boozer, but at some point, and it could even come as early as 5, where things really get interesting. 5 through 10, it seems the consensus are all guards, and a lot of them freshmen and college guards. And so what I'm getting at is I think that then what you'll see is what the teams really believe. And I think that there's separation there. Just because you or I are talking about it doesn't mean we're the experts that know, who have just been conducting all these workouts, who are in the combine watching these guys play, have done all these interviews and all these things. So to your point, how do you not take a guy like a Boozer who every step of the way has been, the best player in the country? He was the best player, in high school. His team won championships, etc. Then it was whether it was like things like Nike Hoop Summit, these global challenges, USA basketball events, could go and become the MVP of those events or lead teams to gold, goes to Duke, has the best stat line across the board, leads Duke all year. I think your point is extremely well taken, and at some point you got to look at it and go, wow, this guy, he has succeeded every single step of the way. But my point being also is there might be NBA teams that agree with you, Nate, and so just because we're reading online that it's going to be a DeBanta or a Peterson or whoever, it could be him. And I think that Utah pick's going to be really interesting at number 2.
Okay, so the Jazz do pick number 2. The Wizards are going to go 1 tonight. So do you think that's legit? I said, hey, give me Boozer. He's going to give me 14 and 10 right away. Is that legit, or is it going to be a tough road with his skill set and today's NBA?
Well, I think today's NBA is changing. I think we saw that in the playoffs, that the three-point shot, for a while was very dominant there. Teams just chucking up a lot of bad shots and a lot of threes. And that's not to say he can't shoot it a little bit, but now you're seeing more of these teams in the playoffs that became a lot more physical, a lot more defensive-oriented, a lot more twos. And so I think we're seeing a little bit more of the big man. I think we're starting to see a little more of that. So, I think that DeBanza and Peterson are great players and very talented. I got to be honest with you, and I know this wasn't your question, but the first pick, I don't know. My gut's telling me that it's not going to be DeBanza. My gut's telling me it's Peterson now. I haven't thought that all along. But I just kind of think some of these teams that are picking this early, including Memphis at 3, who could end up with Boozer, I just think some of them, it's kind of a wild pick, and they haven't been good teams, right? And so I think that they'll take a flyer on a guy. And so it's going to be an interesting draft tonight.
Okay, you've been a coach. You are a coach, but you've been a D1 college coach, the whole thing. You've scouted players. So when I look at Peterson, I don't know him at all. Just watched him at Kansas, and I just don't know the unpredictability there. He didn't feel good. He didn't play. When he played, he was good, but I just watched him quite a bit, and I said, I can't go millions and millions in a franchise guy when it's just too unpredictable to me. As a coach, what are you saying if your team picks him?
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you on that, and I'm sort of somebody who I need to see it. Gut's one thing, but I'm going to need to see it. And there were also games where I saw, certainly there were games where he scored a lot of points. There were other games where he did not lead his team in scoring. And so, you never mind, and I'm going to give him full credit if it's true about, the supplements he was taking, creatine, different things the strength and conditioning program wanted him to do, and that was leading to the cramping and whatnot. I'll give you that. That's very possible. I've heard of that sort of thing before with other athletes, and Paolo Banchero had some issues when he was at Duke with losing weight and things like that. And so maybe that's a very real thing, but I also, like I say, going back to what I see on the court and then watching DeBanza, and then we just discussed Boozer, I think those are two pretty special guys as well. So unless you feel real strong about what you've seen from Peterson or what sort of potential you think he's got, like you just think this is a star guy, then for me, I wouldn't be picking him 1 if it was me. But I'm trying to project what maybe these teams are thinking. So when I say that, I'm kind of just guesstimating that I kind of feel like Washington might do that.
Wow. Chris Denker on tonight. NBA draft coming up. NetScoutsBasketball.com. He's here on the Nate Brown Show. You told me you liked DeBanza. You said that a while ago because I said, who do you think's going to be up there? And you told you like Boozer and stuff, but you thought A.J. DeBanza, BYU, could be that guy. What do you think of him overall? Competitiveness, talent, the ceiling there that people talk about, the upside.
Yeah, super talented guy and has that kind of pro body. He's just a pro athlete, pro body with the length. 6'8", 6'9", can handle it. He's sort of along the lines of these Jason Tatum types of guys that are these, again, very just fluid, 6'8", can shoot, can drive. And he's going to improve. He's young still. He's got some things he can continue to work on. When we're talking about, NBA, and, when you draft a guy first, you're not just hoping for a good player or a starter. You want that guy to be an all-star. And so for him to be that level of player, consistency in shooting and all these sorts of things are going to be important. But he's a very talented, he just looks the part. And so there's a lot of things about his game that I like. I think he's got some defensive talents as well, abilities as well. Now I know that as we've gotten into this process, there's been a lot of nitpicking about whether it's Boozer or these other guards I mentioned, or certainly with DeBanza. Well, but is he really a defender? And he's a young guy, and he's got to be coached, and he's going to learn some stuff. And then I think one of the things you need to look at when you're evaluating all of them, and him included, is he willing? Is he going to put out that effort? Is he a dog? Is he tough? And all those sorts of things. But that's one of the things about that guy that I just have kind of always liked is his versatility, length, size, and I'm not one that's, in love with sort of the newfangled, hey, let's just all be tall guys that stand out beyond the arc and jack up threes. He can drive it. He gets to the foul line. He rebounds pretty well for he's going to get a little stronger, I think. But, again, circling back to your point with Boozer, I think he did some things to Banza, led the country in scoring and did a lot of things statistically just through his performance. And so there are a lot of things I like about him.
Let me ask you about this coach move, and then I'll let you run Chris Denker on tonight. Dusty May leaves the national championship team and goes to the NBA. So people would say, well, he's going to get more money. He gets to just coach. He doesn't have to recruit, and the transfer portal and the whole thing. Do you think Dusty May said, this college thing's too difficult in certain ways? Is that one of the reasons? That's what people are reported. What do you think from the coaching side?
Yeah, so I have a couple of thoughts on that, and I've talked to some people who've given me their opinion in the coaching circles and said, what, did you talk to him? Have you heard anything, et cetera? And essentially it comes down to this. It's the same thing, right? College and NBA, it's the same thing now, and it's slightly different, but you're paying your players. You got to re-sign. But here's the difference. At Michigan, he's got to re-sign an entire roster every year. And I've talked to a lot of coaches, not just, at that level, at the Michigan level, at the national championship, or even Big Ten level, but I'm talking about Division I coaches who have said, hey, as soon as the season's over, whether that's conference tournament, NIT, or you're fortunate enough to be in the NCAA, you're immediately recruiting. You're immediately on the websites, on the video, talking to agents, doing the whole thing, looking for guys in the portal, and it's just exhausting. We're not going to, And now there's another factor, which is these summer practices that they have, 8 weeks they're allowed. Now they're allowed to go overseas and play games every single year. And so now, everybody's going to Canada or Mexico or Cancun or, you name it, never mind Europe, to play games. And so it's just constant. It's become year-round. And the difference being is the pro game, yes, you're paying your players, but you have a GM who's signing them. They are under contract, so you're not replacing your roster every year. And, it's just, hey, another side of that, too, is his team at Michigan was about the same age as the San Antonio Spurs. So, 6 of one, half dozen of another. I think it's a little more of just a solid foundational thing to be coaching the NBA than it is in the college game right now.
Okay, I'm going to offer Chris Denker the job. You get to coach the Wizards, or you get to coach Michigan. What would you take?
You're killing me. I knew you were gonna ask that. I'll contradict everything I just said. I would go coach Michigan.
Oh,
I don't know that Washington is in a place right now where I think they're capable of winning, and that for me, that's an issue. Now Dallas, albeit very young, with Cooper Flag last year, they're going to pick 9. That's going to be an interesting pick. Pick at 9, would they pick one of his former players? So, former Michigan guys. So it's going to be interesting. But part of the thing with the NBA guys is it's just so topsy-turvy, and guys can get fired. Look at Mike Brown, was just fired 2 years ago from Sacramento. They can get fired at the drop of a hat. So I think I would want to be in a position where I felt like I could win pretty soon.
Yeah, I get that. It does matter where you coach in the NBA. Dusty May goes to Dallas with Cooper Flag. Chris Denker in tonight. Great stuff on the draft. Coming up, Net Scouts basketball. Chris, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Nate.
Appreciate it. Chris Denker, great stuff. Net Scouts basketball and former D1 head coach at Colorado State. Pro basketball scout, he likes the Cam Boozer pick. I didn't know that. We got it right here on the Nate Brown Show. We got it. It's Cam Boozer. That's who you should take. They won't. He's going to have to wait till like 3rd or something like that. We're going to go with Darren Peterson and hope he wants to play when it's game number 55. We hope he wants to play, huh? All right. Coming right back. Speaking of winning games and stuff like this, there's numerous NFL teams. I just looked this up. Numerous NFL teams that are Las Vegas projects them to have 8.5 over-under wins. Okay? Numerous NFL teams, including one that you all know around here, and I'm going to discuss which way you're going to go. 8.5 wins for this team. Are you buying it? Coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Sagging, bouncing, or uneven floors? Call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Standing water or high humidity? Nasty odors or dangerous mold? Call Blackburn. Critters, bugs, or other pests? That's right, call Blackburn. It's a fact. Crawl space problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call Blackburn Foundation Repair. Call Blackburn Foundation Repair today.
Choose the bun that's ready for anything. You're thinking just mustard. Then suddenly there's ketchup, onions, relish, cheese, bacon. Just like that, things are getting out of hand. Good thing you chose Village Hearth old-fashioned hot dog buns. They're soft, chewy, and unsliced, letting you customize so they can handle it all. Don't risk the mess.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows level off around 51. Tonight, under mainly clear skies, northwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms. Daytime highs approaching 72. Mainly cloudy skies expected. Tomorrow night, chance of thunderstorms. Lows dip down to about 52. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 63.
No one comes close to the selection of whiskey and bourbon than your Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. And this month you can save $6 off a $7.50 bottle of Pendleton, now $18.99. Or choose the big 175-liter bottle of Pendleton for only $45.99. Plus save $8 off a handle of Crown Royal for just $46.99. Price is good at both Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. Off Catron next to Walmart, or the original Mr. Liquor on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
The doctors and staff at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center have provided expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at bhosc.com.
Collins Siding has been the region's premier window siding, door, and gutter installation specialist since 1974. They use only the highest quality materials and never compromise on their workmanship. Collins Siding is licensed, bonded, and their estimates always include labor, materials, and applicable permits and taxes. Collins Siding has been providing top quality service and exceeding high standards for over 45 years, and you can find out how by visiting them at 2016 Cherry Avenue. Collins Siding, 2016 Cherry Avenue, Rapid City.
This is the Nate Brown Show, also streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe to the Nate Brown Show on YouTube.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is on tonight. South Dakota Sports Talk Show, Fox Sports Radio. Good stuff tonight. NBA draft's coming up. I don't think a ton of you guys care about it, but I'm just out there on the limb. Cam Boozer should be the pick. I mean first. And they're not going to take him. The Wizards are going to mess it up. The Jazz are going to mess it up, I think. Chris Denker breaking down the NBA draft. Cam Boozer's the safe pick. He's the best pick. And they're not going to do it. Everybody, man, they overthink this. It's off the charts. Well, this guy, he's really good. He's off the drill. He's got a lot of talent. Well, what if he doesn't want to play? What if he gets millions of dollars and doesn't really want to work hard? I mean, it happens all the time. Bart Winkler's coming up from Wisconsin. We're going to get him on from Milwaukee. He's covering Giannis getting traded here to the Miami Heat. So the Heat picking up Giannis, whatever. But I want to ask him about his Packers. The Packers over-under projected wins is 10.5. 10.5. Let's get into some over-unders. I'm going to get to that. Let's take a call. Thanks for getting on. You're live, and you go ahead. Are you there? No? Okay, I had him, then I lost him. Okay, 605-720-1067. We'll see if you can hit us on the text line. Let's get into some over-unders really quick. I just told you, Green Bay Packers, Las Vegas has them at 10.5 over-unders. What would you say, all you Packer fans? Are you ready? Are you ready? 10.5. You're going to go 11? The Packers are going to go 11 wins this next year? Look out. Packers are coming in 10.5. We're just going to stay in the NFC North for all of my Viking fans tonight. The Lions are coming in 10.5 wins this year. So the Lions are in at 10.5. The Packers are in at 10.5. Your Chicago Bears in at 9.5. My goodness. Where is your Minnesota Vikings led by Kyler Murray? The Vikings coming in last in the NFC North, 8.5 wins. Would you take the over or the under on Vikings 8.5 wins? My second question of the day tonight. Okay? Just hit me up on the text line. By the way, I'll throw you into the drawing for a free buffet to the Pizza Ranch just for guessing Vikings over under. That's it. Question of the day on the Nate Brown Show. Pizza Ranch buffet. We'll set you up with that if you want a buffet your way at East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, or in Brandon. We will set you up with that. 605-720-1067 on the text line. Answer the question of the day. Minnesota Vikings, Las Vegas has their regular season win total 8.5. Are the Vikings going to go 9-8 or 8-9 or worse? 8.5, it's that number. Who else is at 8.5 in the NFL? The Dallas Cowboys checking in. You know, these are the mid teams. You know that term. They're mid. Dallas 8.5. Steelers, Aaron Rodgers 8.5. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What is it with you got the Bucks, the Steelers, the Vikings, the Cowboys all at 8.5 today. Okay? What do you guess on the Minnesota Vikings? Second question of the day on the Nate Brown Show. Hit me on the text line, 605-720-1067. Would you go over or under? You know my answer, right? You know my answer. The Vikings will go over 8.5. I think they're going to land in that 10-win mark. Vikings going to hit 10. They were pretty good shape last year, and it was a mess of a season. They were in pretty good shape last year. So I don't mind the schedule. I think they're undervalued. They got them last in the NFC North. And Green Bay's overvalued. That's just the Packers. I mean, they're overvalued. So give me over on the Vikings 8.5. Who's joining me on the text line? Hit me. I'll see how many of you are going to go over or under 8.5. Coming right back into the second hour. So there's a change in college sports today. It was just voted on. They're not going to let kids keep playing at whatever age. So this is an interesting change in college sports and a change in Iowa high school sports. Do we like this? We do it in South Dakota. Iowa's deciding to join the fun. Coming up.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
The following radio ad is Good Fun Squad approved.
My name is Jenny, and I'm the lady at the South Dakota Lottery who writes out those big checks for our winners. It's a lot of fun, but we've had so many big winners lately, my hand is tired. There was a $600,000 winner, a $2 million winner, a $4 million winner. That's a lot of zeros, and not normal zeros, big check zeros, and the winning never stops. That's why I'm learning to write with both hands.
Good fun.
Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Mom, can we please go to Watiki Indoor Water Park Resort?
Watiki? What's so special about it?
Are you kidding? It's got slides, fountains, a lazy river, everything. And it's just a short drive to Rapid City. If we stay at one of the hotels, we get water park passes for free.
Wow, you really did your homework. Okay, what do you say we pack our swimsuits and hit Watiki this weekend?
Yes, best mom ever.
Unlock your adventure at WatikiWaterpark.com.
In Deadwood, South Dakota, Cadillac Jack's practically invented gaming, delivering everything you want in a 24/7 gaming experience and nothing you don't. 3 bold lodging options, 5 crave-worthy dining spots, a sports book built for the big game, and a casino floor that never sleeps. Score events, hot casino promotions, our infinity pool, and a merch store that lets you rep the win. Always bet on red. Book now at CadillacJacksGaming.com on Main Street, Deadwood.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City, the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
This summer, drive with certified confidence at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda. Get financing as low as 1.29% APR on Honda certified pre-owned. Choose from Accords, CRVs, and HRVs with financing as low as 1.29% APR. Plus, shop a massive selection of used imports and domestics with over 340 used vehicles. Finding the right one for you is easy. Drive with confidence all summer long. See us at Denny Menno Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. Length of finance contract is limited with qualified credit. Expires 6/30/26.
Ready to be part of something big? Meet the Rapid City Sports Commission, the powerhouse behind sports in Rapid City. The commission focuses on bringing regional and national tournaments, supporting homegrown events, and creating opportunities for our kids. But it's not just games, it's a win-win for all of us. Youth sports fuel our economy. Hosting events in Rapid City means out-of-town families shop, dine, and stay with us, which boosts sales tax revenues too. To get in on the action, visit rcsportscommission.com, where we're all about the hustle.
Have you ever really thought about how important your front door, and every entry door into your home for that matter, really is? That door provides security for your family and so much more. The wait is over. Ensemble Doors by Renewal by Andersen have arrived. These awesome secure doors have timeless style, elegant features. They can be customized countless ways with the legendary quality of Renewal by Andersen. Right now, Renewal by Andersen is offering an incredible value on Ensemble entry doors. You get 20% off every Ensemble entry door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. No payments for a year. Ensemble entry doors by Renewal by Andersen are just so much better. They're built with the best quality materials, including Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrex, which has been tested to deliver enhanced security, certified performance, and lasting beauty. Please visit RBARapidCity.com now. That's RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate. Ensemble entry doors, the wait is over.
One more time. This is the Nate Brown Show. From the biggest national names to the hottest stories across South Dakota. Welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate Brown.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show live, Fox Sports Radio, wherever you're at tonight. Thanks for checking in. The Nate Brown Show is on KWSN Sioux Falls and Fox Sports Rapid City. Two great guests coming up for you. Dom Izzo from Fargo, North Dakota with WDAY, and Bart Winkler, the Bart Winkler Show live in Milwaukee. And he's on tonight coming up. Haven't had Bart on for a long time. Does a great job. They are on the way. You want in tonight, 605-720-1067. We call it the Barons-Wilson text line. You can be a part of the conversation. I've asked the question of the day. Las Vegas has the Vikings at 8.5 wins for this season. It's a fun summer. Are the Vikings going to go over 8.5 or under? And I have one person say over. What? Come on, guys. Are you guys not having a good summer? Are you not having a good start to summer? You Minnesota Vikings fans got to be better than this. I'm the only guy, and then one listener, one text. Everyone else on the text line, I got under. I got another under. Under 8.5. I got a 6-11. I got a 7-10. I mean, these guys, come on. What is this? Is this Packer Central? What is this? Let's see. Under 6-11. The record's going to be 6-11. Here's one. The Packers at 10.5. That is too much. Packers at 10.5 wins. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I'm talking Vikings. I'm talking Vikings tonight. I say over 8.5, and you're just thinking I'm being a homer. Let's see. Under 8.5, and KOC gets fired. Man, these guys are taking it too far tonight. Thanks for getting in. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hi, this is Arnie from Canton, South Dakota.
Yes, sir.
And I think they'll win over 8.5, 10 or 11. But
okay.
The quarterback play last year was horrendous.
Yes, but we got Kyler Murray.
They still won 9 games.
Yeah, good call. So you're going over 8.5. You're going 10-7?
11-6.
11-6. I like it, Arnie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Finally. Thanks for getting in, Arnie. Good to talk to you. I just want to bring some Vikings fandom back here. I'm the vice president of the Kyler Murray fan club, and you guys know this. And there's room in the club. No membership dues. Wait, hang on. We've woken them up. Vikings will go over 8.5. Let's see. Kyler can't stay healthy. They're going to go under. My goodness. All right. Artie, he's in 11 wins. 11 wins. And by the way, Artie made a good point. What did he say? Last year, I told you it was a mess, and they still had 9 wins. And it was a mess, guys. Now, I think their last part of their season was favorable. Teams were kind of mailing it in. I mean, it was kind of mail-in time. So I will say that, but they still got to 9 wins. You don't get to the 9 wins by accident. So that was last year, and they were a mess. No offensive line at the beginning of the year. J.J. McCarthy, a mess. You had Carson Wentz in for, what did he play, 4 games? So go over 8.5 and thank the Vikings. They can do this, okay? They can do this. Lister text, sorry, Mr. Vice President. Well, I'm going to stick with it. I'm sticking with it. He said, sorry, Mr. Vice President. Vikings go 6-11. Whoa, my goodness. Vikings hate. Okay, let me get to this college sports story. This is important. I'll get to Bart Winkler. He's going to give me the Packers read. He's in Milwaukee. Covers the Bucks, the Packers, that whole scene. Packers are 10.5 is their win total in Las Vegas today. We'll get Bart Winkler on straight ahead from Milwaukee. College sports today. The NCAA Division I cabinet. This is the guys in charge. They've approved the new rule. You can't just play college sports when you're 26 years old. You can't do that. They're going to go 5 years. That's it. So when you get out of high school or you're 19, whatever comes first, okay? When you enroll or you're 19, you got 5 years. And that's it. That's the rule today. NCAA Division I cabinet approved a new 5-year age-based eligibility model today. So many of you listening would say, I mean, that's cool, right? I mean, this is fine. 5 years, you have to play college sports 5 years, that's enough. Many of you would say that. I think I would say that. I can't find too much wrong with it. But they do say they're not going to have any more red shirts now. So like no red shirts. So you just get 5 years. And I guess if you have an ACL, you burn it up. So I guess that's the only, like the medical hardship, the waiver stuff. I guess that's my only concern on this. Because if you used to get a medical red shirt. You used to get some of this red shirt. So now it's just, no, you get 5 years. So I'm not gonna cry over it too much because they are giving you an extra year. They are giving you 5. They're not saying 4. Okay, they're giving you 5. A lot of guys now go to college for 5 years. A lot of folks, I mean, guys and gals, student athletes, they do the 5-year thing. What the NCAA is trying to stop, guys, is what? These 26-year-olds from coming back and just playing forever. They're just trying to stop all these. I got another red shirt and another one and a waiver. I'm going to play till I'm 27. You can't have it. So, I mean, college has to have an age-based model. So they just go, let's just make it straight. They just said, no excuses, no waivers, no red shirts. 5 years. If you get hurt, we hope you can bounce back. You're still going to get to play for 4. Have fun. So if you're healthy, you get to play for 5. If you get hurt, you have something happen, you get to play for 4, and you're not going to get them. So the medical red shirt's a little concerning, but I'm good with it. Is 5 years okay? I asked this question a while back. I said, what if the NCAA does this? They just say 5 years straight up. What was it? 84% of my audience on the Nate Brown Show said that would be fine. So that was months ago. And I said, what if the NCAA just said 5 years straight eligibility, then it's over? 84% of you said that's fine. So I'm sticking with it. We're good there. I think we're going to be fine. Let's go to Iowa for this next story. Iowa has just voted in high school sports to allow 8th graders. So here in South Dakota, many school districts allow 7th and 8th graders to play varsity. So I've been at schools, and we cover schools, they allow 8th graders. So South Dakota, it's kind of a thing. Now, Sioux Falls has not allowed that. Sioux Falls has not allowed the middle school piece, but Iowa has made it statewide today. The Board of Education ruled 8th graders can compete in all high school sports starting this August 1st. So that's interesting. This goes to this debate. People redshirting and reclassing their kids and stuff like this. It's like, wait, that's why South Dakota's getting out in front of this. Because if you're an 8th grader and you already play high school sports, South Dakota doesn't want you to reclass and be an 8th grader again and get another year. So Iowa's, they're not addressing that issue. They're just saying, hey, we used to not allow 8th graders to play. Now we're going to allow 8th graders. So hang on, Iowa. Well, hang on a second. Let's be careful. I'm okay with 8th graders playing. I'm not going to argue about that. I think that's fine. But South Dakota's getting out in front of it saying you can't play as a middle schooler and then reclass and do it again. And I think most people are with that. Iowa just announced starting August 1st, they didn't allow 8th graders in the whole state. Now 8th graders are going to get to play in Iowa. And I think they're small enough towns. You know what I mean? 8th graders sometimes are going to play. You need all the numbers you can get. So I think the South Dakota rule is fine. It's okay. I understand people want their high schoolers to play, but I'm okay with the rule, but I am not okay with one of the Iowa changes. I'm going to save that for our Who's Not tonight. If you stay with us till the end of the show every night, we do Who's Hot and Who's Not, stories you may have missed. Iowa, in this new rule to allow 8th graders to play, they got a big thing wrong here. One thing's wrong about that. I'll save that for later. Bart Winkler's in. He is from Milwaukee, the Bart Winkler Show. He's coming up talking Packers, and Giannis is out the door. The Bucks lose their franchise player. Bart Winkler's reaction coming up.
This is the Nate Brown.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you can always be their number one. Black Hills Surgical Hospital and Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center. The number one hospital in the nation for major orthopedic surgery.
The summer heat will be here soon, but our hot summer savings sale starts now. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place? It's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait? There's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute, and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and a pub with 48 whiskeys? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything about radon. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
There are 1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
Sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show live across the state on KWSN, Fox Sports Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Glad you're in tonight. The Nate Brown Show going into the Winklerverse. Well, that's the podcast, and we are going into the Winklerverse. It is his podcast. He's been a great sports guy over the years in Milwaukee. Bart Winkler live on the Nate Brown Show. He is on Twitter at Bart Winkler Show. And his podcast is Into the Winklerverse. Bart, welcome in. How are you?
Good. It was the podcast was the Bart Winkler Show, and then I had a separate Bart Winkler Show, and I didn't know what to do with the podcast. And I'm a big Marvel fan, so we did off of Multiverse, we did Winklerverse, and now people have to say it, and I feel bad every time I make them say it.
I love it. I love it. You don't have to feel bad about that. Welcome in. Okay, I feel bad about this. What does it feel like to lose the franchise, the player, Giannis in Milwaukee? What's that feeling like?
There are a lot of conflicting feelings. I think if you take a step back, there's a feeling of sadness, obviously. You lost Giannis Antetokounmpo, the face of this franchise, and the guy who helped really keep the Bucks here when it looked tenuous and got a new arena with the excitement for the team. And then they won a championship in 2021, and it really was just a phenomenal run that he had in Milwaukee. So there's sadness, there's appreciation, there's joy, there's all that kind of stuff. But there's other things at play, too, like, did this have to happen? Did you need to go somewhere else? And if you needed to go somewhere else, because this happens sometimes with people, they go somewhere maybe after high school and they live at a college, a university, and they stay there, and they're like, is this? I made one decision. Is this a decision for the rest of my life? I went from Greece to Milwaukee. Does that mean I have to live in Milwaukee for the rest of my life? And so you start to try to figure out, like, what is best for me? How do I want to live the one life I get? I think where I have an issue is Giannis sort of made us go through that process with him, with his hemming and hawing, with his 1 foot in, 1 foot out, with saying something in an interview that seems like he wants to leave, and then going online and saying loyalty is in my DNA and stars attract, they don't chase, and then sitting on the floor at Fiserv Forum after a play and, like, booing at the fans, just this back and forthness. So there's that part of it, which is like, okay, we didn't need to go on this roller coaster with you. And I think there might be some bitterness. There might be some, what else could we have done for you? Because this franchise, this organization, obviously Giannis is their everything, and they acquiesce to him in ways that other franchises wouldn't. The main one, and the one that everyone jokes about, is not just one brother, but there's two brothers on the team. Over the last, 4 years, the Bucks have paid Thanasis Antetokounmpo $12 million. I'm not sure how it works in the NBA, but if I ever worked at a place where I got my brother a sweet $12 million gig, I'd probably ride it out a little bit. I don't know. So there's just a lot going on with that, and then he's traded to the Heat that everyone here just despises. So it is just it's a cavalcade of emotions.
Bart Winkler's on tonight. His podcast is Into the Winklerverse. Get it where you find your podcasts, talking Milwaukee, Packers, and more. So Giannis gets traded to the Heat. If people miss that, that just happened here over the last 24 hours. Could the Bucks have done anything? That's what people want to know in these things. Like, could they have done anything? Get players, do something.
They have tried that. As far as trying to stay competitive, they have tried that, and I do credit what they've tried to do. When it wasn't working with Eric Bledsoe, they got Drew Holiday. Nobody saw that coming, and they helped win a title with him. And then after that, when these guys were getting a little older, all of a sudden Damian Lillard comes here, and and nobody saw that coming. That's an outside the box way of thinking, and it didn't work out. And then Damian Lillard gets hurt. So, okay, you're kind of screwed this year. No, we're not. We're stretching his contract, and all of a sudden we have Miles Turner. So they've tried, but they've also tried from a position of, we don't have a lot of tools left in our toolbox. I always liken it to the Bucks after the title. Their chance to win again, the boat sprung a leak, and so just a little leak. But to fix that leak, they had to borrow some supplies from another part of the boat. So now they're patching this leak, but now something's messed up over there. And then to fix that, they got to go over here. And at some point, you just run out of things, and you're repairing everything. One leak turned into 9 different problems, and the boat is sinking. And that's kind of what happened at this point. As far as the trade, they probably should have done it last summer. That seems like when it could have went down. I think where this is a little, and I'll say upsetting again, is Jimmy Haslam, Browns owner. Everyone laughs at him. Everyone knows he's a failure, although he's not. He's super rich, but his teams are always bad. He essentially runs the Bucks. It's him and another guy, but it sounds like that other guy is going to get out. Jimmy Haslam all of a sudden is the guy running the Milwaukee Bucks, and these are Jimmy Haslam-type decisions. And he, about a month ago, just said, we're going to get this done before the draft. We're going to figure this out before the draft. And, yes, the draft, there's picks, and we'll see what happens tonight, and the Bucks may still make some moves. But they put this imposed deadline on him when they could have still got an extension and traded it. It just all seemed rushed. And then the only offers that came in reportedly were the Heat and the Celtics. And the Heat offer is fine, but they're not going to contend. The Bucks aren't going to contend around here anytime soon. So I don't know what the future is. I don't know what the plan is. It doesn't feel like there is a plan. It's just, all right, we'll trade Giannis, see what we have, and we'll try to reassemble this boat.
Giannis going with Adebayo to Miami. We'll watch it. The Bucks in rebuild mode, I guess. Bart Winkler's on tonight from Milwaukee. His podcast is Into the Winklerverse. While I have you, I got to hit you on the Packers. A lot of Packers fans here in South Dakota. The over-under win total is 10.5. I'm getting texts saying you got to take the under there. So Packers 10.5. Your early feeling is?
Oh, under. I mean, 10 would probably be my max. I think 9. I don't know. Where I come from is I really like the team. Obviously, they're going to get Micah Parsons back when they get him back. They got a new defensive coordinator. See how that works in Gannon. Jordan Love, I think, is very good, and so I think that he can propel them to more wins than maybe expected. I personally, and Packer fans, I don't think I'm in the majority of this, but I personally am done with Matt LaFleur. I don't believe in him.
Wow.
I don't trust him. I don't appreciate him. I don't think that he, like, good play caller, and then they go, is he a leader of men? I don't think he is a good leader. I don't think that this is a guy that can lead a team to 3, maybe 4, 3 wins in a row in a postseason environment, because I've never seen him do it. I've seen him blow leads in the postseason. I've seen him try to make one-score game, kicking a field goal against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the postseason. I saw him up 21-3, and then they came up against their rival and were flat in the second half. I have to wonder, what on earth did this guy do with those 15 minutes in that locker room that took this team that was on the brink of beating Chicago and moving on to just getting humiliated for the second time in 4 weeks, again, against the Chicago Bears? I don't believe in him. I don't trust him. I don't think they win a Super Bowl with him. So I get excited about the players, and I get excited about Love, and then there's just a big blocker for me in Matt LaFleur. I know not everyone agrees with that. I hate that they gave him an extension. This guy would not be in the playoffs. He's always in the playoffs. As a 7 seed, which didn't exist 3 years ago, I absolutely do not trust him as the head coach of this team.
Okay, Bart, so can you give me a Packers read on the fans? Do more people doubt LaFleur, or are there more people wondering about Love at this point?
I think there is, and this might be true with all fan bases, but I can tell you that it's more true with this one, and I don't know why this is, but this is true with Packer fans. Packer fans are going to believe in whatever the Packers tell them to believe. So if Jordan Love's the quarterback, Jordan Love's good. If Matt LaFleur is the coach and gets extended, Matt LaFleur is good. Yeah, they don't want to ever question the Packers. They don't think that the Packers can do any wrong. What really upsets me about this is he was going to be a lame duck. Mark Murphy, the president, is out. Ed Policy comes in. He's got the opportunity to say, this isn't good enough. We are title town. We haven't been to a Super Bowl in 16 years. You can give me the regular season records, and they make the playoffs all the time. All that means to me is that we have heartbreaking losses the second weekend of January. But Ed Policy comes in, and he says, no, Matt, I like this 9-8 football you're giving me. I like this first-round exit that you're giving me. I want you to stay here. And I think Packer fans have gone on board with that. There's still going to be the comparisons, Love to Rodgers and all that kind of stuff. But I think everybody's in on Love, and that's good because I agree. And way too many people are in on Matt LaFleur, and that is bad because I disagree.
I love it. Bart Winkler on tonight. Milwaukee popping into the Winklerverse is the podcast. Bart, I appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you bet. Good to talk to you.
Thanks a lot for the time. Bart Winkler on the Nate Brown Show in South Dakota, covering the Packers and the Bucks. His podcast is Into the Winklerverse. New podcast. Been a great sports media guy in the Milwaukee market for a long time. Bart Winkler on tonight. He goes under 10.5 for the Packers. That's it. I mean, he's a fan, man. He's passionate. He goes under 10.5. He's in on Jordan Love. He's not in on Matt LaFleur. All right. Let's come back with Dom Izzo. I want to ask him about this new NCAA rule, 5 years of eligibility. That's it. Does Dom Izzo think this works for places like NDSU, SDSU, the Missouri Valley? Dom Izzo, his show is Hot Mike, and he's on the Nate Brown Show next.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
There's nothing like it. Not for hundreds of miles in any direction. A gathering space for all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. To share, to revel, to stand together and celebrate life's greatest moments.
We are number one, so you always be their number one. Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, hospital in the nation for surgery.
The summer heat, hot summer. Get $1,200 off every door and $800 off every window with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Hurry, this exclusive offer won't last long. Now's the perfect time to upgrade your windows and doors, so grab these hot savings while you can. Call today or visit RBARapidCity.com to book your free estimate.
What do you call a place that's one of Deadwood's largest casinos, but is it really a casino? Because you can't decide, should I play or eat or wait, there's a liquor-infused ice cream bar? I mean, you're playing craps one minute and the next you're looking at a charcuterie board? What even is that? Never mind the gunfight outside, you don't have time for that. You've got espressos to down and games to bet on and Puskies? What do you even call a place like that?
I didn't know anything. I didn't know it's a gas you can't see or smell. I didn't know it's radioactive from decaying uranium deep underground. It can seep through cracks in your foundation and collect in your house. 1 in 15 homes have high levels, and you don't know if yours is one of them unless you have your home tested. And radon? Well, radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer in America. I wish I would have known that.
Call Blackburn Foundation Repair for radon testing and mitigation.
1 billion credit card transactions around the world every day. That's 11,698 swipes a second. It's easy to forget that behind each one, there's a person, a family, a dream, a connection being made. The Black Hills Federal Credit Union Visa, for members who want to make the most of every transaction.
Well, it started.
All right, South Dakota Sports Talk Show live. A lot of places you can listen, watch the show. We appreciate all of our partners and appreciate you, the listener, for making this show possible. South Dakota Sports Talk Show, the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Radio, KWSN Sioux Falls, and Fox Sports Rapid City. Also checking us out right now on Midwest Sports Plus. Midwest Sports Plus, the state, and carrying the Nate Brown Show live. Get it, Midwest Sports Plus. Hey, he's on there too. This show's on there. Hot mic weekday mornings with Dom Izzo, WDAY, NDSU coverage. Dom, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good, Nate. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I appreciate the time. I want to talk some college sports, but first, the Vikings over-under total is out. It is 8.5. The Minnesota Vikings over-under season. I've asked the listeners, are you going to go over 8.5 or under? Like 80% are going under. Is this a sad day? Is it a sad day?
I think I would side with them as well. I think 8's a good number. 7 probably as well. Just the uncertainty at quarterback again would led me to think that's probably spot on. Those people, the guys out in Vegas know what they're doing, so that makes a heck of a lot of sense to me.
Oh, boy.
So the number would be where it's at.
Dude, can I talk you Minnesota sports fans into something positive at all? Can we? I mean, can we get you guys over 8.5 at all? What do I got to do?
I'm a New Yorker. I root for the Jets, so I'd love to know harder over 5.5. I'd love to know that. So
okay, I haven't mentioned the Jets yet. We'll save that for another day. Okay. NCAA Division I cabinet, they're in charge. They unanimously approved this new rule. We saw this coming, and I asked my audience months ago, I said, what would you guys think of just 5 years of college eligibility? No medical red shirts, none of that stuff, no waivers. You just get 5 years, and if you get injured, well, I guess you're going to get to play 4 years if you can make it back in a year. Does the NCAA have this right? 5 years, the age-based eligibility.
Yeah, Nate, this has been something I've been following for quite a bit. Honestly, it started with former Bison head football coach Craig Bohl originated this plan as the head of the American Football Coaches Association and about a year ago, and it got shot down then because of all the lawsuits that were pending from different athletes looking for extra years of eligibility. And Craig actually was back in Fargo in April and told me then that, hey, we were told not to talk about it. And then when the president summoned this commission of leaders about trying to, quote-unquote, fix college sports, the eligibility got brought right to the forefront. And at that time, the ball was already rolling again on this 5-for-5 proposal, which makes a heck of a lot of sense to me. I've been covering this for a while on trying to figure out how many years an athlete has left, especially after the COVID-free year. And we just got past it with football this past year with guys who had exhausted their 6th or even 7th year of eligibility. And obviously, there are still pending cases out here. And there's going to be more lawsuits now coming that this is enacted for the athletes that didn't get a 5th year because nobody's getting grandfathered in. Like, if you graduated, you're done. And there's ones that are going to, certainly there are going to be lawsuits to challenge it. But to me, this seems long overdue. I look at football where they went to 4 games and you could keep your red shirt. And actually, they proposed before this came about, I don't know if you heard this, you could play 9 and still keep it, which seemed crazy to me that that's almost an entire season. And that was the only sport that did it. Basketball didn't have it, baseball, hockey, none of these other ones. Only football had that 4-game rule. So now the 5 seems logical to me. And I'm really interested to see how this affects recruiting for football teams that are in the midst of their 2027 class, because that's when it's really going to apply of how many spots are actually going to be open if kids decide, hey, I have another year to use, and I'm going to spend it at that school. That opens up a whole transfer case. And again, when you have unlimited transfers, it's one small step, but it's a big one.
Okay, so I tend to think, 5 years is good. You can't have 27-year-olds playing college and stuff. Is the medical thing a concern? Like, I tear an ACL, I'm out for a year, I'm out. So now I guess that's just the way it goes, huh? I get 4 years and my buddy gets 5. That's it.
Yeah, it happens. Injuries happen in sports. I look more on not even the injury front. I can remember a case in 2013. The Bison were about to win their 3rd straight game. They were unbeatable that year, but they were a little depleted on the defensive line. They burned a couple of true freshmen's redshirt seasons because they just needed somebody to dress, and the guy played. And at that time, if you played a game, then you lost your entire year.
Yeah.
And those guys would have loved to have another year of eligibility. I look at that more so than the injury case. Your point is well made, and I think that is an unfortunate byproduct that's going to happen. But at one point, are we going to put the brakes on having, these people in school for a 6th or 7th season? It needs to be done, and this seems like a more universal way to go about it. The ironic part is that the college hockey block got this done, because it seemed like that was going to be a major roadblock, because college hockey has different age starts for when guys go play junior hockey for a couple of years, then they start their college eligibility, and they got it over the hump, and it looks it unanimously passed, like you mentioned to start the segment, Nate. That to me makes it seem like everybody's on board with this.
NCAA says you get 5 years, no questions, no red shirts, no waivers. You're going to get 5 years for college eligibility. That's the rule today. Now, Dom Izzo's on tonight from Hot Mic, his show weekday mornings, WDAY. Catch it on Midwest Sports Plus and across the state. Let me ask you about this Senate bill and all the things. I've been following this. I'm intrigued by it. I agree with most of the stuff in the Protect Sports College Sports Act, like one-time transfer. And I asked Dan Jackson, South Dakota State, last week. I said, are you a big fan if they can do the one-time transfer? He says, I absolutely love it. You think most people love it?
I think certainly on that, when you ask the average, 55-year-old collegiate sports fan, they would absolutely say that. I am not in favor of it. I just do not like limiting player movement. To me, we're going back to where we were, which was the one-time rule, and if you did it again, you had to sit for a year. Actually, you had to sit for a year if you did it in any sport outside of softball and hockey and a couple other sports. To me, I don't like limiting anybody's abilities either earn or move. That to me, it's 2026. We shouldn't handicap that.
the pooling of the media rights is one of the TV guy. I'm really interested in that because that, to me, the Big Ten and the SEC have not signed off on this. And until that happens, I don't know if Congress can't really get anything done, let alone try to fix college sports, so I don't have much faith in this. But it's interesting that all the Dakota schools did sign off on it. I did notice that, so that's something that bears watching. To me, Nate, I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to this because I have no faith in our political system to do anything right now. So to me, this is not an event until it has to be to me.
Okay, let's see. John Thune out of South Dakota, majority leader, said it will go to the floor for a vote. Yeah. That's what he said. We'll see how soon they're trying to get this enacted for this fall. I don't know if that's possible, but like you said,
that seems a bit aggressive to me. But I thought that people said the same thing about the eligibility case, and here they were saying that as early as February. There's no way it's going to happen for 2026, and here it is. Now, if you read the ruling, it'll affect the students enrolling in 2027, but it actually starts this fall with the eligibility cases for kids that are enrolling. So. Maybe never say never, but I'm going to be proven. I'll be proven correct before I'm proven wrong on our political body getting anything done.
I believe that. Last one you said, careful when you limit earnings. So hang on. This bill would try to put a cap on some of that NIL. It amounts to the revenue share. They'd say, hey, let's make it $21 million, like whatever the revenue share is per year. That's what the NIL cap should be. So are you telling me you want Ohio State to be at $50 million and North Dakota State to be at $2 million? Is that what you're telling me?
I would say on that particular subject. I mean, that's why I don't think the SEC and Big Ten are going to sign off on it because there's schools in their own leagues that can't get to that. Let alone North Dakota State in the Big Ten, Purdue, Northwestern. They're not even going to get to what Ohio State is at. That's why I don't see that. In the SEC, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, they're not going to get to what Alabama and Auburn and Georgia can get to. That's the crux of why I think that there's a major roadblock. And if the two biggest leagues are on board, maybe they go the other way and say, you know what, we're done. We'll just hit the nuclear option and we're done with the NCAA. That's the other. You want to think of the nuclear option, and that's the option they have. So you know what? Okay, fine, we'll leave, and that's been talked about for over a decade, and maybe this is what finally makes that to happen. Predicting anything is folly in this endeavor.
I'm with you on that.
I'm fascinated to see what will happen, but there's enough people talking about the nuclear option that makes me wonder, okay, maybe this is the final straw that breaks the backs of the Big Ten and the SEC to go and do it.
Last one for Dom Izzo. His show is Hot Mic. Catch him weekday mornings, Midwest Sports Plus, and across the WDAY platform. I've got this going now with Mike McFeely. I got this going with Jeff Kolpak, and now Dom Izzo. Will you play EA Sports college football against me? Are you ready?
I haven't played a video game in like 30 years, so the fact I'm having to cover a story on video games is amazing. But it's quite the deal, I'll tell you that. I have not had a story that I have done lately that blew up like the one I did on NDSU being in college football 27. Their rating came out today, which is fascinating. The amount of money they can actually make on this, Nate, is crazy. I mean, NDSU could make nearly 7 figures in royalties, depending on how much. And there is a desire from the fan base, and I think from others in the upper Midwest, to play them in the game. So when we go to media days here in a couple weeks in Vegas, that is certainly a hot topic, I think, in the Mountain West Conference, that North Dakota State is in this game, and the players are already over the moon. They told me that the day that NDSU announced it in February, that they could not wait to do it. And now they'll be able to do it here in about 2 weeks' time.
I believe it. I heard Jeff Kolpak's the front runner in the clubhouse right now, okay? That's what I've heard. His son going to teach him how to play.
I'm sure he's got that in him. My son is playing Super Mario Kart right now, so we're a little ways away from doing college football. So
we'll help you out. Dom Izzo on tonight from Hot Mic. His show's on tomorrow morning. Catch him. I appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Good to hear from you. Thanks for the time.
Thanks a lot. Dom Izzo on tonight from Hot Mic. Weekday mornings, WDAY. He's on Twitter at Dom Izzo, WDAY. Who's hot and who's not? coming up.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Save big money on your big project at Menards. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post-frame buildings. They go up fast and are a durable, low-maintenance solution for extra storage, more workspace, and to protect your equipment. Get a free estimate on the building of your dreams with our Design and Buy program in-store or on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
At Dakota Bank, we're more than just a place to bank. We're your neighbors. From everyday banking to home mortgages, insurance, and trust services, we're here for every step of your financial journey. We believe in doing what's right for you because we live here, work here, and care about our communities just like you do. Go with confidence, go with trust, go with Dakota Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, and have no bank guarantee.
Hey Black Hills, this is Scott Hanna. And this is Adam Ray, and we have a full-service mechanical repair shop, Gateway Tire and Alignment, right here, right now. We have top-of-the-line equipment with skilled, experienced, expert mechanics, offering all services from oil changes starting at $49.95 to brakes, to free AC checks, diagnostics, engine work, even diesel. We can get you in now. No more waiting for weeks to get your car in for service. We're your one-stop shop for sales and service. Visit us at 123 Omaha or go to GatewayAutoplex.com to book your appointment. Gateway Sales and Service. I'm Scott Hanna. And I'm Adam Ray. And nobody, I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Lows of a low of around 51 tonight under mainly clear skies, northwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun tomorrow, chance of thunderstorms, daytime highs approaching 72. Mainly cloudy skies expected tomorrow night, chance of thunderstorms, lows dip down to about 52. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently 64.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson, McPherson Auction Company. On today's online-only auction, we are selling construction equipment, scaffolding, vehicles, trailers, miscellaneous lumber, items located at Rapid City, South Dakota. Here's a Cat 420E backhoe with a cab, a 2021 Dodge 3500 diesel dually crew cab 4x4 with a steel flatbed, assorted skid steer attachments, miscellaneous lumber, and more. Auction begins to close at 6 o'clock this evening. For more auction details and to bid and buy, go to McPhersonAuction.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Shop the region's unmatched selection of beer, wine, and spirits at your Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City. This month's specials include $4 off the big 175 bottle of Jack Daniels, now $45.99. Save $2 off all Menage a Trois wines for only $9.99. Or choose Deep Eddy Vodka, just $15.99 for the $7.50. Price is good at both Mr. Liquor stores in Rapid City, off Catron next to Walmart, or the original Mr. Liquor on the corner of West Chicago and Sturgis Road in Rapid City.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk show.
All right, let's do this. Who's hot and who's not every night at this time on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Radio. Brought to you by the Pizza Ranch. Best buffet is at the Pizza Ranch in Brandon and East 10th Street, Sioux Falls. Who's hot category going to, I've never seen this. UTEP out of the Mountain West is now allowing their fans to vote online to determine a kickoff time for their October 17th game versus San Jose State. So the fans get to go online. You're just like, do you want afternoon? Do you want night? What do you want? UTEP's allowing fans to vote for kickoff time, October 17th game against San Jose State. So they get to decide. But you know what's wacky? Producer of the Nate Brown Show, Matt Kearney, he found this story, and then he voted. It's rigged. That vote is rigged. You can vote here in South Dakota on UTEP's start time. It's rigged. Get it out of here. Nice idea, but it's rigged. Okay, in our Pizza Ranch Who's Not category tonight, you know, I told you Iowa voted to allow 8th graders to play high school sports. So that's going to start August 1st. Iowa used to not allow 8th graders. Now they are. But get this. Iowa's no pass, no play rule that bars high school athletes from playing if they're not passing their classes. It's not going to apply to the 8th graders. So, wait, so you're an 8th grader. You're flunking your classes. You don't get the same rules. You're going to let them play? You got to get that figured out, Iowa. What's going on over there? 8th graders not passing. They can play. High schoolers held to a different standard. Give me come on. That can't be right. But that's what they said. Unbelievable. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Nate Brown Show. We are back tomorrow. The podcast going up right now. See ya.
If you're grilling this weekend, be sure to have plenty of artisan hearth buns and rolls on hand. Fancy